Hello there. So sorry I didn't see you. How can I help you? Great, you are here because you saw that we are doing a personal questions quiz. Yes, we are. We actually appreciate you so much for showing up. Can I ask you how you heard about us? Okay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I certainly hope that you are ready to answer some personal questions. Is that okay? Of course, it's not personal in the sense that we are going to be talking about your family, your friends, your personal life and circumstance. This is just about your likes, preferences. I'm going to ask you about your day. Okay, I'm going to ask you about the color of your socks and similar things, okay? Nothing stressful, nothing for you to worry about, okay? Before we do get started, can you just give me your name? Okay, can you give me your age? Okay, great. Before I start asking you some questions, is there anything that you want to know? Any doubts that you have? Okay. I'm so happy to hear that. Once again, we really appreciate you being here, being present, and being willing to answer some questions, okay? If at any time you want to take a break, just relax, that's totally fine, okay? So, can we get started? Okay. So, to start off, can you tell me, how did you sleep last night? Okay. Do you think that that is standard for you? Do you usually have a different experience when you're sleeping? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Feel free to give as much information as you are willing to. Okay, we do appreciate all the details. Can you tell me what is your favorite fruit? Okay. Okay, and on the other hand, what is the fruit that you hate the most and will not eat? Interesting. Can you tell me why? Okay. No, that's completely fine, completely understandable. We are not here to place judgment upon you, okay? Can you tell me what color is the shirt that you are currently wearing? And how often do you wear that shirt that you're wearing? Okay. I really appreciate you giving all of those little details. I really appreciate that. If you remember, if you have a vague idea, can you tell me what was the last song that you listened to? Okay, hold on. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I'm familiar, if I'm being honest. Now, a more or less similar question. If you remember, if you have an idea, more or less, can you tell me what was the last compliment that someone gave to you? Okay, hold on. Okay. That's cute. And can you tell me if you agree with that compliment? Okay. Well, that's fine. We just want your honest opinion, point of view, okay? Can you tell me, what does the color purple make you think of? Okay, that's cute. Well, for me, there's I don't have it right now, but I have a lilac claw clip that I wear very often, so that's what it reminds me of. Now, I think I already know the answer to this question, but I have to ask it anyway. Do you like to take personality quizzes? So similar to this one, quizzes about yourself with personal questions, trying to understand your personality or put you into personality boxes. Yeah. I had a feeling since you were here. We have gotten some, let's say, attendants that were more or less dragged here by other people that were participating, and it was also interesting to see why they don't like personality quizzes, you know. But because you do like them, can you just tell me more or less why you enjoy them? Okay. That's a good answer. I think that when you are young, there are a lot of fun personality quizzes that you can do online. I remember those. Those are fun, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Now, can you tell me if there is a movie that you recommend to absolutely everyone? And it doesn't have to be necessarily like a favorite movie, right? Because maybe you can see that it's not for everyone, but a movie that you think everyone should watch and will most likely enjoy. Okay, hold on. So the title is... Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for the recommendation. Can you tell me what is your go-to meal for lunch or dinner? Okay, hold on. Okay, good one, good choice. I'm not exactly supposed to give opinions or make judgments, but I have to admit that it's a good choice. Can you tell me how often you go hiking, if at all? Okay. That's fine. We just want, once again, your honest opinion. We are trying to gather as many possible answers as we can. So, and similarly, can you tell me how often you go to the movies, to the cinema? Okay. If just a vague idea, yeah. Completely understandable. Now, would you consider yourself to be claustrophobic? Okay. Can you give me an example of a situation in which you have felt claustrophobic? Okay. Yeah, I've also definitely felt claustrophobic before, so no judgment coming from me, don't worry about that. If this is an interesting question, I'll give you some time to think about it. If you could change the color of your eyes to any color, and by that I mean natural or not natural color, what color would you choose? I can give you some seconds to think about it. If you want to go for a natural color, not natural, yeah. Okay. Easy answer. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Can you tell me if you prefer warm lighting? So, for example, more yellowish light like I have right now, or a more cool white, blue lighting? Okay. I totally agree with you. Can you tell me if you know an exact number? I want you to give me the exact number, if not just an estimate. Do you know how many pairs of pants you own? Okay. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Would you consider yourself to be a loud talker or a more quiet talker? Okay. Okay. I'm with you on that one. For some reason, I have a hard time projecting my voice. I don't know what I'm lacking, so it's hard for me to talk very loud. And screaming actually is an effort. Can you tell me if around you or where you live, are there any puzzles? Done or not done? Okay. Yeah, as much information as you can give me, I appreciate it. Can you tell me if you typically sleep with socks? Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. What about right now or tonight? Are you going to be sleeping with socks? Okay. Okay. Is there something that you use every day? So to give you some examples, it could be like a backpack that you use every day. For me, I use this lipstick every day, and also a hair tie that I always have with me. So something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Similarly to a question that I've made before, right now, can you tell me what is your favorite vegetable? Okay. For me, definitely red pepper. It's the best vegetable ever. And on the other hand, what is a veggie that you do not like to not eat? I understand. Not my favorite as well. Okay. Just a few more questions, okay? Are you feeling good? Yeah. Okay. I know that this is a typical question for personality quizzes, but I do think that it says a lot about a person. And it's something that I've personally thought about before, quite some times. If you could have a superpower, which superpower would you choose? You can take some time to think about it, for sure. You've always, hold on. Okay, yeah. I can see the appeal in that. For me, I think this is something that I've thought about many times before, because I do think that it can be very practical even in a day-to-day, lazy, boring scenario, which is time control, the ability to control time. Yeah, but I can see definitely the appeal in what you're saying. So, moving on. Can you tell me how would you rate your day today from 1 to 10? 1 being terrible, 10 being amazing? Okay. That's good. I am happy that you're having a good day, and I hope that the remainder of your day is even better. Can you tell me what is your favorite fun fact about animals? And I can give you some examples if you'd like. For example, beavers hold hands when they're sleeping so they don't drift away from one another. Penguins have one partner for life, I think. Cows have 3 stomachs, I think, or their stomach is divided into 3 different parts. Something like that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I knew that one. Oh. Well, I'm glad you stopped by just so I could listen to that one. Okay, so for the last question of today, and after this I will let you go. If you could spend the rest of today, of this day, however you wanted to, okay, and there are no limits, how would you spend the rest of your day? What would you be doing? Where would you be? Who would you be with? Okay, hold on. Oh, that's very sweet. Okay, well, that was the last question for your personal questions quiz. I want to once again thank you for coming by. We really appreciate you being here. Is there anything that you want to add? Any questions that you want to make? Okay. All of the answers are completely anonymous. Okay, so I did take your name and age in the beginning, but that's only for the participants list. All of the questions are, rather, all of the answers are completely anonymous, okay? We really are just gathering information about people so we can compare the answers to one another. Is that okay? Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a fun, relaxing time. We do have or hold these personal questions, quizzes, events more or less often, so there are certainly going to be more in the future if you want to come on by. Once again, thank you so much, and I would love to see you on the next one. Good night.